Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Good as Gold number 49. Today is Monday, June 18th, and I am OrD, that's ORD. You can find me at all of these beautiful locations down below. If you're watching me live, you already know. On Twitch, the channel is twitch.tv/OR_D. This is a StarCraft 2 tournament for all players who are in bronze, silver, and gold leagues, so the kind of lower level players. There's a lot of us out there. I'm one of them, don't get me wrong, so everything I say is not gospel by any means, but we're really happy to bring you these tournaments with about 30 participants a night now, which is really cool. Looks like we have 0-0, round 3, everything is good, so let's go ahead with our introductions. In the lower left-hand corner, we have the Terran in pink. Why can't I lose? And in the upper right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player with the manner saying GLHF, that's good luck, have fun, and I think PW is play well. It is TJB's Chronic. Love this manner right here, everybody being oh so polite. Let's open that up so you can see, yes indeed, everyone was just being oh so mannerific. We see that the pylon is down. Now remember everyone, that pylon, this blue circle is the area which it provides power to. It is the power source for all Protoss buildings. That's this race right here. What race are you? So, TJB trying to get some information as he's currently going up against a random player who says he's the same as the last two games, which is completely unhelpful. Oh my goodness! Well, okay, I don't even know. This isn't a thing. It's really not. Two refineries this early. Okay, so there's two different types of minerals. There's the mineral fields in the blue. There's the Vespane gas. Oh, that's a barracks right there. Oh, because the okay. My fault. I was looking at that in a very confusing way. Alright, so over here we have one refinery. Over here we have the Vespane geyser that the refinery was built over the top of. This is a barracks where we get the Marines being trained. That's the basic attack unit for Terran, this humanoid looking race. He's also upgrading his command center to a better version, the orbital command. The probe, which is a worker for TJB's Chronic, who builds buildings, collects resources, also has a pretty fast movement speed. Oh, and just kind of wanders right on into the base. Sees a refinery is down, and also sees the tech lab is going down on the barracks, which will allow better units to be produced from this barracks. The Marine actually didn't even follow the probe. He was just like, oh, it doesn't matter to me. SCV, the worker for Why Can't I Lose, is just hanging out right inside TJB Chronic's base. I'm just going to call him Chronic from now on, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of beautiful orange juice. And then I'm going to wash that down with some healthy Monster. It was delicious. I'm sorry if you can hear me chugging. If you can, let me know. That would make me feel really cool, because that means that my mic is that awesome. So, Chronic's Zealot, which is his basic melee attack unit, is wandering out here to check and see if he could build if there's anything in his expansion area. This probe's still here. I'm kind of expecting it to lay down a pylon, as that will allow him to use his gateways to warp in his attack units anywhere on the map where there is already a pylon. We don't see the forward pylon going down. Instead, we see Marines, which is this guy, and Marauders just kind of heading out across the map. I think they're scouting around, seeing for if there is anything like what I just mentioned, a probe trying to lay down a forward-located pylon. Now, Terran can lift their buildings and fly them to different locations. You see here we have the command center, a new one going down for Why Can't I Lose. He's already got one upgraded version here. He's building the basic version here, and then he can lift it off and actually fly it over here to the low ground and make it closer to these minerals so the workers can mine everything much more simply. A second barracks is going down. Marauders are being rallied out, and right here we have some Marine Marauder aggression going against the Zealot and Stalker force of Chronic, and just the Zealot force, the Protoss force is so much more powerful, 1-to-1. Terran really needs to have several units per Stalker. It requires, I think, 3 Marines to kill a Zealot, unless like you have perfect micro, which is basically you move your unit around as if it's the only thing you're doing, and that's part of what makes StarCraft really hard, is that while you're doing those engagements, you also need to be building buildings. You need to be building these things, supply depots, which allow you to build up your supply. See, this is a supply cap. This is the current supply amount, number of units out on the map. We also see that up here is the production tab. It lets us know what's happening if you're familiar with the pictures. STIM is hugely important for these biological-based, bio-based units of Terran. It's being researched here at the tech lab attached to the barracks, and once it's completed, it has an it's basically like the bio units take some amphetamines or speed or something. They all of a sudden become more effective, they shoot faster, they run faster, but it also hurts them to use it. So it's literally like you're forcing them to take drugs. So, you know, StarCraft, very, very family-friendly game. The expansion is being warped in. That's something else that I guess I can mention as long as we're trying this whole explaining as we go approach. I hope I'm doing okay. Let me know if I'm not. The pylons power things. Nexus is the version of the Protoss Command Center. It will allow workers to collect minerals and return them, or to collect gas from the Vespane geysers. But all of Protoss's units are already exist somewhere else. All this Marines lost that fight very much. But now the Marauders come up and they force the Stalker to be pushed back. This forward pylon is going to go down. So to finish that thought, you see as it warps in, the Nexus is actually being brought forth from the parallel dimension in which the Protoss dwell, I suppose, or the location where they place all of their materials. They already have all of these buildings pre-constructed somewhere else, so that warp-in process is just the amount of time that it takes in order for that building or whatever to come forth into the current reality where they are. Some backstory. You don't have to understand that at all. Just know that that blue thing means a building is going to be in that location soon. Stalkers over here actually might not seem to make sense, but it does when the Terran player has a starport. However, he has not yet even made a factory. So a starport allows him to build things like Banshees, which is an air-to-ground attack. Also build medevacs, which heals units, as well as transport them around. And so what you'll often see is around this time, the 9 to 10 to 11 minute mark, Terran will have dropships come along this path here, and they will try and sneak in behind and land here, and then come forward and attack the probes. So these Stalkers are positioned against that potential eventuality. We have these Immortals, which, oh my god, are they so hard to kill. They don't die. That's why they're called Immortals. They're also called Immortals because the lore is that they're, I think they were originally zealots who have died, and they brought the spirit back to serve in this machine. Oh, disease-ridden, our observer. Okay, I was about to ask him to leave, but he left on his own accord. That's good. We cannot have lag. So now we got a Stalker just wandering back here on patrol. Really good job by Chronic to be aware of the fact that Terran like to do that. This is an observer. It's invisible, so this SCV can't really see it. You see, he totally missed it. We have the vision of the observer, and we're going to follow it in. It's a cloaked unit for Protoss. It does exactly what its name entails. It observes. So you see he's now getting scouting information. He sees there's a bunch of supply depots down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 reactors down, and there's 2 engineering bays where upgrades are researched. This building is a factory. I don't think he clicked on it, so he probably won't know what it is. Oop, that's our APM. Let's get rid of that. APM is just actions per minute. I mean, if you're really curious, we'll show you really quick. 120 actions going on in just that moment for Why Can't I Lose, and then he slows down. A professional player will have around 300 to 400 APM. So 100 actions per minute is actually a lot because it's more than an action per second, which means you're doing more than one thing each second. These destructible rocks do have 2,000 destructible debris. They have 2,000 life, so the bio unit gets rid of it so that the whole army can come up at once instead of filtering through a choke point. I'm not sure that this engagement is going to go well for Why Can't I Lose, but he seems insistent that he wants to do it. These Immortals should be racking up kills. One got 3. They are being target fired down. Really great job. And now it's just Marauders against Stalkers. And Marauders take forever to die because they have a lot more life, but they finally do. And that little warp in there was that warp gate function that we've mentioned before. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 warp gates currently on the map. This is a robotics facility, so along with this building over here, this one allows you to build Colossus, which when it comes out, you'll think it's pretty. Trust me. If you're a Protoss fan, if you're not, you hate that unit. You never, ever, ever want to see it. This missile turret also allows the Terran player to see things that are cloaked like observers, or there's a unit called Dark Templar, which just basically is invisible. We also see the third base coming down for Chronic in this lower right-hand position, and that's actually really good for him. He's posturing aggression forward. He's checking whether or not his opponent has expanded to his third. He's meanwhile setting up his own third. So even though he's not pushing forward and attacking, he is in fact controlling this game just by his presence right here. Again, there's a fog of war. We have perfect information right now, like this. Chronic's information is limited to this. He can see what his observer here allows him to see and what he saw earlier. Now, if we turn that off, now we can all of a sudden see the whole army. And, ooh, I wonder if this observer could get just a little bit closer. Where'd it go? I just totally missed it. Ah, there he is. He's hard to find. So now we have units that are under attack. There was a warp in the low ground. How did that happen? Was there a warp prism? How did that just happen? Okay, so as Fly Depot goes down, there was a bio unit that moved forward to try and kill off this army up here. Why Can't I Lose is now supply blocked. So is there... Let's open the units tab. Is there a warp prism on the map? No? So how was that possible? I don't understand. Okay, that shouldn't have been possible. I think because there was a pylon down over here, and he shouldn't be able to warp stuff in across there, I don't think. So, oh, here we go. Here are those drop ships that we mentioned earlier. They're moving out across the map, each of them containing, let's see, let's just select the one that has 4 Marauders, and the other one also has 4 Marauders, so pretty high unit life in those medevacs. And the medevac, again, that's why it has this energy thing right here. It can heal. So Chronic, no, he's not aware of it just yet. I'm not sure what tipped him off to return home, but he is. However, he's not going to get there nearly in time. These Marauders need to get stimmed. Stim, there you go. And, okay, they probably could have target fired the pylon earlier and killed all these stalkers, but that's okay because they're able to kill them anyway. They need to stim again and run, or else they're all going to die. No, they're just going to stay here. As long as they continue to target fire, the Nexus might go down. Let's see if it does. Oh, the Colossus comes in from behind, and these Marauders are not going to make it. Second Colossi just walks in on top of them. Hi, everybody. Second medevac goes down as well. That didn't go too well for Why Can't I Lose, but you see he has now created this dominant position in the center of the map. He really could use this Zelnaga, because when he controls that, he'll be able to see this whole area up here, which is currently protected by the Fog of War. There he goes. Now you see it being selected, and now you see that his vision has increased dramatically. However, he does not know about these forward pylons. They're everywhere. This is really good by Chronic. And the fact that he's preventing the third. There is no third command center that's even been built just yet, which could be which could spell doom for Why Can't I Lose, who is already starting to fall behind in overall army value. What's this down here? Oh, it's just a stalker, just hanging out. So this Nexus still has 420 life, and I think that's probably what Why Can't I Lose wants to move out towards. He's hoping probably to posture forward here at the front to keep this army here, and then he's going to send a few units down here to try and kill off the Nexus, or at least, well, that's what I would do. That's what I think a lot of people would do, and looks like Chronic, oh... He's actually positioning himself really well. He's not sure whether he should go down or up just yet. He knows he's being scanned. Oh, nice positioning with those Vikings. Get a few pot shots off. These Vikings attack air units, but the Colossi are so tall that they do take damage from air attacking units. The Vikings do not have an air-to-ground attack. This is them. There's a cute little dance that they have to do. Now he's scanning himself, tried to kill the observer that he thought was there. But no, just Chronic with some pretty good game sense and knowing that he was about to be under attack because of that stalker that he had out in the forward location that he ran away with. Now we got more Vikings moving forward. Vikings, of course, being the Terran hard counter to that Colossus unit, which does a lot of high DPS. You saw its lasers go back and forth, does splash damage, really kills biological-based units quickly. Another scan, in case you were wondering what that is and what I mean by scan, that allows the Terran player to see